Good afternoon, my fellow Trojans, faculty, and staff. In August of 1996, the doors opened to a new future for Troy's athletics. For the last 29 years, our school has not been known for sports. We've mainly been known for farming and being country. Although within the last 5 to 10 years, our sports team have boomed. We've been through many different coaches and many different athletic directors, but I feel our school has never been better than right now and has not had a brighter future. From our football program to having almost 200 players to many other sports doing the best they have been in so long. Our purpose today is to make it known that Troy Buchanan High School is a new era in high school sports. This is no ordinary podcast either. What makes this moment rare is some of the students in the school, all of the seniors, will never step back into the school after leaving a huge mark in school's history. We've had our struggles, but when we rally together, like when our football team beat Hal, then we grow together as one family.
What's going on, YouTube? We're back with another podcast. Season finale. Last one. This is the last one you're getting from us this year. Next year, though, me and Mike are going to be locked in next year. Oogie's leaving us.
Yep, gotta graduate. It'll just be Easton and Micah, but they're gonna be good episodes.
Just wait.
We gotta recruit somebody.
We have plans.
We're gonna go around town. We're gonna recruit some people, see who can fit.
You could be the next person on the podcast.
Yep.
You could be the next person on the podcast.
Just leave comments down below type thing.
I think comments are off.
Easton on Instagram. Follow Easton on Instagram.
Okay. if you want to get on the podcast, either DM Easton or DM me at Micah Bucks 312 on Instagram.
Or just comment down below.
The comments are turned off.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Rules is you have to be following me.
Oh, yeah.
And me.
And Micah. Yeah, you have to be following me and Micah.
Anyways, Today's episode, we got a lot going on. We got a lot of people that are going to be joining us on the podcast. We're basically going to do an overview of the whole year, talk about some teams that are going to get better, talk about some that possibly could get worse or just stay the same. We got a lot going on. We got some special guests that one retired last year, I believe, from Troy, so we got a lot. He's going to be on here. He's hooking us up with some time, and it's going to be good. We got a lot of good questions, got a lot of good talks, and so stay tuned for all of that. It's going to be a good episode.
It is, yeah. It always is, though. It always is at the Troy Buchanan podcast.
If
we're going to be honest. If we're going to be honest.
I'm just saying, season finale, this one's going to top.
Season finale, this one's going to top everything. So stay tuned.
It's going to be a good one.
Wait!
What?
Guys, 87% of our viewers aren't subscribed. If you guys are seeing this, make sure you guys click subscribe, like the video, and click the bell so you guys get all notifications of when we post the podcast. Back to the podcast.
What's up, everyone? We're here with our athletic director, Mr. Humphreys. Do you want to tell us a little about yourself, where you came from, how you got to Troy, and a little just about your story?
Yeah, first off, I want to say I appreciate you guys having me. I know you guys work real hard at this, and I think it's a really cool thing you guys do for the school and the athletic programs and everything. So I want to thank you for that. Yeah, my background, this is my 15th year in education. I came from, I graduated high school in 2006 from Salisbury, Missouri. I went to play college football at Missouri Valley for 4 years there and graduated there, and was fortunate enough to get a job at a small school, actually 10 minutes down the road from my high school, West Rand. Where I coached 3 sports. I was there for 6 years, met my wife, and then took a job at a school in Central Missouri, Class 3, Class 4 school, kind of varies year to year, called Centralia. Was there for 8 years, and coached high school basketball there, and was fortunate enough, I think my third year in to get the assistant principal and AD job along with high school basketball. So I did that for the next 5, and then saw the Troy Buchanan AD job opened, And it's funny, I kind of my grandparents, my dad actually graduated from Troy Buchanan in 1968.
Nice.
So my whole dad's side of the family had lived in Troy, so I'd come to Christmases and Easters and everything in Troy. My grandparents lived right up the road from Troy Middle, and so I was kind of familiar. I had my sister's been here for the last 17 years. My niece Macy Hunolt graduated from here. So I had some family and ties here, and it was just a job that I always kind of looked at from a distance that I thought would be a great job and big step for my career. And I was fortunate enough to get the opportunity.
Right. Well, that's awesome that we had the opportunity for you, and you actually got to step up and just be a part of Troy and what we're doing here. So, what is the vision for the athletic program, and like how do you plan it to achieve it?
I think the biggest thing when I took the job, Troy Buchanan's is got a real rich tradition in athletics, and Jason Smith was here for, I believe, 17 years and did a fantastic job. And so it's one of those things where you don't try to reinvent the wheel,
Right.
If it's not broke, don't fix it kind of thing. But, I think, football's really blown up here in the last 3 to 4 years. That's got a lot of excitement going. Girls softball has been rocking and rolling here for a while, and basketball. And so I think my goal and my vision is just to try to make every program as elite as possible, and how you do that. You got to hire good people, which I think we have. You got to support them, and you also got to try to give them the resources and the help that they need to get there. You don't, I'm not a micromanager. I'm not somebody that tries to, shadow anybody or anything like that. But, I've been, I played for a Hall of Fame coach in high school. I played for a Hall of Fame coach in college. My dad was a Hall of Fame basketball coach. I've been around really good programs. I know what good programs look like. I know what good leadership looks like. And so I think my goal as the athletic director is just try to help in any way I can to continue to, build on the tradition that's already been here, but also elevate some of those programs that, are still climbing.
What are your plans for improving athletic facilities and the resources each program has?
Well, I think that's another thing as far as Troy Buchanan. It's different coming to this area. Some of these schools I've never seen before. You hear about them, but I've never. This area was very new to me, and kind of getting out and supervising and seeing all these events, you understand that Troy Buchanan's kind of the leader, really, in facilities around here. I think our football stadium is the best that I've seen, just with the way it sits off the highway and the background of the school and everything. And obviously the new turf, baseball, softball facility. Soccer's got an unbelievably taken care of grass field that a lot of people don't have, so we don't have to split that in the fall. And so with me, it's maintaining all those. It's sometimes it's hard. When you have nice things, everybody wants to be on them and everybody wants to use them all the time. But sometimes you gotta put some restrictions on things to make them last a little bit. So, we kind of find that balance. But, I think obviously passing this bond and getting the second gym over here at TBHS and the new wrestling room. I think the wrestling room was the first thing that I when I took the job, I really looked at we're a Class 6 school. We're the 6th largest enrollment in the state. We need to have a better wrestling facility than what we have, and we're getting that. And that's that's a really big thing. And then also the second gym over here, where you just kind of have another gym to space people out. And I think that's really going to help with not only our basketball programs, but our volleyball programs and our dance program and our cheer program and archery and show choir. I think everybody will just get a piece of that, and it'll help really thin everybody out. Because right now, if you come here at 2:10 every day And you look in the cafeteria and the gym, man, we got kids everywhere. I mean, we got kids all over the place. And you go look outside, we got kids all over the place, and that's a great thing. But we need more space, and we need more facilities, and I think passing this bond is going to get that for sure.
Yeah.
So, what strategies do you have for like increasing the community engagement and trying to help like get the community to support us?
Well, I think the community supports us really well, as is. I think, if you come out here on a Friday night home football game, I don't know who's left in the community to come out here. I mean, it's crazy, which is a good thing. I think my goal would be to try to create the excitement that football has right now with all the other sports.
Right.
A Friday night basketball game, where you got the varsity girls, varsity boys playing, I would like that to be packed. And obviously, if you got good programs, more people are going to come out and watch. I think something that people don't think of sometimes that it's kind of a catch-22 is that everything's streamed now. And so it's easy to sit at home and watch the games rather than come to the games.
Right.
And that is a good thing, and I do think that, if you can't come watch, we would love for you to, watch on our, streaming outlets and everything. But we also, we want everybody to come to the games. That's the biggest thing. And so I think with me, as far as the community, I feel like the community does a lot, and I feel like we ask for a lot, and they give more and more every time. I think really for me, it's the student body. I'd like to see our student body be at more things. I'd like to see more theme nights, at volleyball games and basketball games and wrestling duels, and try to get our student body there. I think something I'd like to really kind of pitch and try to get some momentum behind is, we had like a school spirit kind of thing there at Centralia a little bit, where one of the head football coaches, Jim Newstead, he would take the football team every year and he would pick a softball game or a cross-country match or whatever it was, and they would get on a bus and they would go there and they would cheer for those guys. And, it was just kind of caught some fire, and we, student sections were real good and everything. And I think that's something we can do here is, kind of have theme nights or maybe, see if we can get the volleyball team to go support the soccer team one night and the soccer team go support the football team, and just vice versa, and just kind of piggyback off each other. Because I think, we're all going for the common goal. Everybody wants Troy Buchanan to be, dominant and everything. And to do that, we got to support each other.
Yeah. A little bit off topic of what we want the facilities and just the campus to look like more in the future, but how do you think our sports teams with the upcoming year and seniors graduating for football and all the other sports, just the seniors graduating, how do you think they're going to be next year?
For the 25-26 school year?
Yeah.
I definitely think, just off the top of my head right now, I think football's in a really good spot. I think football is going to continue their momentum. I think softball's the same way. Softball played a bunch of young girls this year in some key spots. Coach Richardson obviously does a fantastic job. But I don't know if, coming off that Final Four team, if they really had, really high expectations going into this year, and they kind of surpassed that. And so I think they're geared up for a really good year. Volleyball's the same way. I'm just kind of going with the fall sports here. Volleyball's the same way. Volleyball played a lot of young girls, and we weren't healthy. I don't think we ever had our full group out there, but maybe twice. So if they can stay healthy and those younger girls keep developing, I think volleyball is going to take a big jump. Boys soccer, same way. We played young guys. We lost a key guy in the summer. So we just got younger guys that kind of had to come in and contribute and maybe do things that were asked to do things that maybe they weren't ready for, but I think that will benefit us going through. Coach Summers in tennis does a fantastic job. We've got tons of girls out in the fall. Coach Howe in golf does a fantastic job. And then Coach Weber, Jocelyn's coming back for her senior year. So she's geared up and ready to have a dominant senior year again in cross country. And I think with Coach Weber taking over both programs last year, I think that's only going to create continuity in that and continue to build on that. So, just kind of speaking to the fall, I think we're in a good spot. You get to the winter, Coach Wolfram's going to do our girls only, and Coach Skylar Weber's going to do our boys, and I think that's going to create another good thing. Our girls are got some momentum coming off the Final Four or the fourth place finish in state, and I think our boys, Coach Weber's really excited, and I think he's got some ideas to kind of get that up and running, and we got some young guys coming in. Girls basketball is going to continue to stay at the top. Coach Myers, he's done a fantastic job, and we're probably a Final Four team. If we don't have to go the route we have to go through Incarnate, it just is what it is, and one day we'll kick that door down. But and then Coach Gilmore, I know the boys had a rough winter, but if you watched our boys basketball team from our tournament in November to the end of the year, they were completely different. And they got so much better as the year went along. And they were, it's a bunch of young guys that had never been put in that role. And they're all coming back. I think Coach Gilmore said this is the most he's ever brought back. And so I really look for them to take a huge jump. And I think they play extremely hard. And I think we got some guys that are going to take some big leaps for us. And, I think we're gonna get that turned around a lot quicker than what people may think.
All right, well, that was our interview with Mr. Humphreys. Thank you for being on the podcast, taking some time out of your day to be here and talk to us a little bit about the future for Troy.
Yeah, and like I said, I appreciate everything you guys do. I think this is a really cool thing. And, anything you guys ever need from me on this, I'd be happy to help out. And, keep promoting Troy and keep promoting Troy Buchanan athletics and everything about us. I mean, that's a great thing. And, guys do an awesome job.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yep.
Guys, we got stuff to discuss.
All right, starting out, we're basically just going to be doing an overview of the whole year.
All the sports.
All the sports that we could think of. We may miss a few, and we're sorry. But starting out, we'll just start with football.
Football was really good. I mean, obviously, everyone saw.
Very good spot. Obviously, a ton of kids going into the program.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they can develop, I feel like
they have
especially.
I think they have just under 200 kids in the program right now,
Especially
which is
with,
insane.
With all the 8th graders, they're
Right.
working out.
I mean, and this
bigger.
year what did we do? Break the record for most wins in a season.
Broke it.
Broke it. Yeah,
We've never had an undefeated season.
broke a record. So I mean, obviously this year was
This year was
really good.
It was
Really
a
good
really
for
good
golf.
year. But
For football,
really
not
just-
golf. I don't know what we're talking about.
really, just what do y'all think it's going to be like next year?
It's still going to be.
I
It's
think
still
it's
going to
gonna
be really good.
kind of the same thing,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should.
I think this year kind of proved we don't need D1 players to make a
Right.
run to the. I think it just proved that we don't need to have a Ja'Kai Lang on the team,
Mhm.
obviously, and all that.
There's a lot of players being moved around. I know Chris Winger is playing slot receiver this year. We have Hunter Humphrey still at quarterback. Trey Lococo, he was a freshman this year, playing running back with Carter Dow. Chris is also going to get some touches at running back. I think I hate to say it, but I think our weakest position group right now is wide receivers, which is a good move on them to move Chris to the slot.
So is Chris you think he's gonna be kind of like a Debo Samuel type?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to be running back if they need him. But I think his main is going to be slot this year. We have a lot of defensive returners. We have 5 on the D line that I know about that are actually going to rotate and play in. Our secondary is really good. We have I'm not sure if Carter Dow's playing safety, but he did last year, so I'm guessing that he is. We also have Chris Winger, Brandon Jones. We have a lot of returners. Noah and Talon at linebackers. I think it's going to be a good year.
It should be.
Yeah. But next up,
Let's go basketball. Let's go
Girl-
boys basketball
boys
first, then we'll go
basketball.
into girls. Boys basketball,
I don't know.
they
I
had a
haven't-
rough season.
rough
They had a
season,
rough
but
season,
they were getting better at the
Yeah.
end of the year. So hopefully next year they can like keep
They
the
have a
momentum
lot
of them
of-
getting better, and they can go.
They have a lot of young players.
As long as they
Yeah, but-
just work during the off season and don't mess around,
Yeah.
I feel like they could have like.
Isn't there 2 centers?
They just have
leaving,
that's all they have leaving. But they also have Landon Jacobs that is going to be healthy this year, hopefully. So they have a lot of young players. So if they could develop, I think they're going to have a chance to be
Pretty good.
better than this
Yeah,
year. at
I mean,
least.
they'll be better than this year for sure. Next year, just because we saw like at the end of the season they were getting better, but
right.
I mean, it's not like they're just gonna go from like this year to being like one of the best in the league. But I still think they'll be good. They'll be better.
they'll be good.
Girls basketball.
Girls basketball it's been good.
Yeah, it was good.
They lost Ava Myers, Brennan Getz, and I think there was 2 or 3 more.
But they
but
still got some
They
good
still got a lot of
juniors, sophomores.
yeah.
Yeah, I think.
A lot of so
They should
basically
be. They
all
should
of our
still be
teams
good.
basically all of our teams have a lot of like young players that will step up and develop. So I don't really think any of our teams are gonna have a great downfall.
no,
There might be a
Nah.
little lump in the road, but every team would get over that and they'll be better. I know girls wrestling had a historic run this year with state. Boys had a few go to state.
Yeah, I know Austin Amos. He went to state.
And they have again a lot of young people. Softball has always been good. They're gonna be
They're
good
they're
for a
young
minute,
too, and
yeah.
they had a good year, so I think they're going to be even better.
Right. They lost 4 seniors, but still at the same time they have a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
They have a lot of depth there, which is really good because in the video we talked to Jason and we talked to Mr. Humphreys. It's really just all about the numbers that we have now. A lot of the programs are growing in numbers.
Well, yeah, because we just have so many kids like
Right.
at our school. And I mean, we just have so many kids that like, and they want to play sports. So
Right.
I mean, when you have so many kids, you have more people coming to your sports things. It's just
And that can ultimately help you a lot.
yeah,
Just
I
having
mean,
the numbers.
yeah, because I mean, some people are just athletic and they can be good at things they've never tried before too.
Yeah.
So like, just because a girl or a boy hasn't played basketball their whole life or something, they could still come in and
Yeah.
still be a good team player, be a good role on the team.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boys baseball, they're still going right now, but
They're
they're okay.
Yeah.
They're not bad.
Not
But
bad.
I think that's the oldest group that we have in the sport. They got Jesse Wilmes, Carter Niehoff, Austin. They got a lot of older dudes.
they got a lot of juniors though
But,
too. Like
yeah.
a bunch of my friends.
yeah.
I mean, literally almost all of my friends play baseball. They might not be like the best, but there's a bunch of juniors that are still
Yeah.
playing baseball and they're going to play baseball next year. Same with sophomores. I know a lot of sophomores are playing baseball. They're going to continue to play baseball.
And we could talk about girls volleyball, and boys volleyball. They're basically the same. They're basically like, I think boys volleyball, this is their second year ever.
Yeah.
So it's really just getting that momentum and growing and getting people that want to play.
Well, yeah, because I feel
And-
like the better they do, the more people that are going to want to come
yeah.
play.
Yeah.
I mean, no
I
one
don't
really wants
know-
to come play for a team that sucks. I'm not
Yeah, I
saying
don't
they
know-
did
I
suck
don't
or
know-
anything, but I'm just saying the better you do, the more like Mizzou wasn't very good. They had one really good year, and then
And
now
you've
they
seen
have
the transfers
yeah,
pouring.
yeah. Now we
Yeah.
just have more like yeah. I think that's just how it is. Like the
Yeah.
better you do, the more people that are gonna want to come play.
Yeah, and if you look at the top 10 like all-time recruits on Mizzou, like more than half of them are from like 2022
Recently.
or newer.
yeah. Ever
So
since
I
we
think-
I'm not sure what the volleyball records were.
I
I'm
wasn't
pretty
too tapped
sure-
into.
I'm pretty sure girls volleyball had a rough season. I think I think they both had a pretty rough season. I'm not sure though. So,
Yeah.
So don't quote us on that.
But being being young and being a
New.
new sport, they have a lot of people that want to try it out and just get the experience. And so I think they're gonna grow a lot.
Yeah.
I also
but-
think girls volleyball had a like key players hurt too. I think I
Right.
heard that from someone.
Yeah, I
And-
heard that like they weren't healthy at all. Like
Yeah.
there was never like
Right.
their whole team was there. So
Yeah.
that could also have like a big play in it.
Mhm.
Soccer.
Another new sport was stunt. Last year they went 0-4, but this year they went 5-6. So they had a really big like growth year. I think last year they only had like 7 people play or do the sport, and this year they had like 30.
Dang.
And that's
So
almost
that's a lot.
500 too. You go from not winning anything
Right.
to almost 500. Like
Which
that's
is a really
pretty
big
good.
jump.
Yeah, it's a big jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna get better. Soccer boys had a rough season.
Yeah.
They also lost a key like
They-
player.
Yeah.
Brandon Keneally, he got injured in the summer and wasn't able to play. But I think they really rallied together, and they
They
weren't
had some
they
good
weren't
games.
really
They had
bad. They just
the
Yeah.
backups were like all like just like
They're all young,
players.
yeah.
So I think they just continue to get better as they play in the off season for the select teams and all
Right.
that.
Yeah.
girls soccer, I think they're good.
Yeah, I
Like,
think they're
I'm
good.
pretty I thought it was like it's
they're
either-
about
it's either-
500. I
yeah.
think they're either like right in the middle or they're a little on the better side. I don't think they're bad,
No, they're
don't
not.
think
They're
they're
not
bad.
bad.
No.
I know that for sure.
but I
Let's
think
see.
soccer is also really, I guess, older, like seniors, juniors type team. But
Yeah. Yeah.
there was a lot of girls that tried out for it though. There was,
And I know juniors. There's a lot of junior girls that are playing soccer.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
not a lot, but there's a good amount. A
Right.
good amount of junior girls that are playing soccer. So juniors are going to be going to seniors. They're going to be
Mhm.
playing more.
And it really comes down to all the seniors this year. All of them really left a mark on their sport, and being that leader that everybody can trust is really just it trickles down into everybody else. So everybody's just gonna step up into that role and
Yeah, all the
try and build
juniors.
the team. You know,
All the juniors going into seniors this year, they're going to have to fill the roles that the seniors left, and I think they'll be able to do that. I mean, especially with how good the leaders were, like the senior leaders were this year, with
Yeah.
how good they were. I think juniors should be able to pick that up super easily
Mhm.
Yeah.
going into next year.
But I think we need to talk about the future of the podcast, what's going to happen next year. So, as you guys might not know, next year's going to be looking a little different, as Ogie would not be here. He's
another sport.
graduating.
This is basically a sport.
Basically, a
senior
sport.
This is
Senior
stepping
league.
down.
You're stepping down.
Easton's gonna have to. I don't know
Easton's
why I'm
gonna pick
talking
it up.
in second person or third person,
Easton's
but
gonna
We're
pick
gonna
up,
need-
and it's gonna be good.
better
either
than
way.
ever. Better than
Um,
ever.
yeah.
Ogie,
We're going to
Ogie's
pick up
a
a
great
nice
leader here at the podcast, but
We're going to make sure we get a
I'm making a step up.
Yeah,
we're gonna make sure we get a great person to fill in.
I
Yeah.
think they're mainly looking for sophomores, so we have the line keep going. 'Cause
Yep.
the senior,
Yep.
junior, sophomore. So
If you're a
any of the
sophomore-
sophomores that want to try it, I mean, we're not pushing out any juniors or seniors that want to do it, but it's really just to keep the line that we can keep
Yeah.
it going every year, and
Yeah.
y'all don't have to look at a new face every year.
Yeah.
But it'll be good. I plan to make a return next year, but
We do
it'll
got
be
some
fun.
plans. We got
it'll
some
be
plans.
fun. Yeah,
There's
they
a lot
got-
of ways you can reach us if you're interested. Micah Bucks 312 on Instagram. Follow me up.
All right, the little plug was insane.
Sorry.
That was our interview of the year. We kind of put in the
Overview.
podcast.
Overview of the year, not interview.
Oh yeah, overview. My bad. Anyways, no, we're just like ending off the segment of the
Okay,
overview.
okay.
Yeah. All right. We can just cut that part out and like
Yeah.
that was our overview for the year. We talked about it a lot, and hopefully we covered everything. I don't think we missed anything, but
I mean, I'm sure. Like, what about track? You know anything about track?
I feel like track's just like
Track's
it's just so
young.
different.
track's
too.
young.
Are they young?
I feel like
A
that's one
lot
of
of
like the
young.
only thing we might have missed. But I
Yeah.
mean, there's not that much to talk about for track, really.
Right.
But just
Yeah.
young.
It was a good year for sure. There's a lot of growth. There's a lot of good things happening. A lot of stepping up with the coaches, with the players, trying to grow their programs and just be better than everyone else, especially Hal. But That was our overview, so we'll get on to the rest of the episode.
Welcome back to the Troy Buchanan Sports Podcast. We're here with former athletic director Jason Smith. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself, where you came from, and all that?
Yeah, so grew up in a small town up northeast Missouri, Lewistown. Attended Highland High School, where I was involved in just about every sport under the sun, and went on from there and played some baseball and football at Culver Stockton. From there, went to Clopton. Once again, got involved about every sport that they had, coached, moved on to Fulton, and that's where I got into administration, as I was an assistant principal there for 1 year. I was there for 3 years, and then went to Winsville Holt High School. And I was there as their assistant principal there for 3 years, and then moved to my dream job here at Troy Buchanan. Served 18 years here, 29 total in education, and just retired just this last July.
Nice.
So how does it feel knowing you were part of the process? The Trojans went from being a joke to being feared on everyone's schedule in every sports.
I would have to say that I don't know that when I got here that we were a joke. We had some really good programs when I got here, and I feel like that all those programs have been elevated, and our programs are on a great path right now. But we were really, really good in basketball when I got here, boys and girls basketball. Had some really good baseball teams. So a lot of our sports were in good shape. Now, the football program, we were a little bit, we were at kind of that lower tier, I guess I should say. And, we had some really good kids and some really good coaches, but we just didn't have the numbers and to compete at the level we needed to compete. And, you talk about now where we are, and I was just talking at Golf League last night with a couple guys here that been in the community and been involved and have been involved in the school, and where we were, our football program was when I got here, and where it is today. And not many people saw that coming. And now whenever we talk about Class 6 football, the Trojans are definitely in that conversation, and that's pretty cool.
So when you first started, did you ever think that Troy was going to be as good as it now is?
I always had that dream that we would, and I really felt that we could be. It was kind of that chicken or the egg, whether we needed the players to have success, and we needed the success to get the players.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of that perfect storm there, where we got the players in, we had developed the youth program, had some really good kids, and we had a lot of success. And then all of a sudden, now everybody wants to be a part of the football program.
Right.
And now, there's no slowing us down now.
All right. How did you get involved in the community to be able to get all the new projects that we have today, like the scoreboard at the football field and soccer field and all that?
Yeah. So, one of the things I loved about this job it was the community outreach and the community support. We have great supporters from our local businesses, and they wanted to give back. And so, I love developing those relationships. A lot of those business owners are good friends of mine now, and so it was not difficult. It was not difficult to get them to support our programs and support our coaches and our kids, because that's what they want to do. They want to give back to the school and to the community.
So how big were we, and what did we look like when you first started?
Yeah, so we were about 1,600 kids when I came in, and now we're about 2,200, and so we've grown quite a bit. We were one of the last ones to come in with the turf stadium field, and so the facilities maybe were we had beautiful facilities. We had beautiful grass fields. We had our athletic facilities have always been great. It's always been something of great pride from our administrative staff. You know, Charlie Branham was in charge of facilities when I got here, and he had great pride and a great vision. And so we did things right. We've always done things right, and we just keep doing them better, though.
Yeah. So a little bit off topic, what's your opinion on private schools competing with the public schools?
Yeah, so great question. One of the things, there's always that misconception of public versus private, and even the kids. And if a student athlete wants to attend a private school, I think that's great.
Mm-hmm.
I think more power to them. Go and get that education, the faith-based education, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Now, on the other side of it, I don't believe that we should be competing for state championships against those schools. I believe it should be separated. It's not a level playing field. They've tried to do things over the years with the multiplier and now with the success factor, but it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. It's not working. Their boundaries in a private school stretch across the country, really. Right. I mean, we've had the experiences in basketball where a particular school has kids from out of state. They have kids from Warrenton. They have kids from Borgia or from New Haven. So to me, that's not a level playing field. I think it's fine. Play them in the regular season. Right. That's a great competition. But when it comes to the state championships, I think they should be separated. I know that some of the private schools are not. They wouldn't like that because they don't get the players that some of the big dogs get, and they would be at a disadvantage. But I think public schools are at an extreme disadvantage when you are locked into a certain radius, and you have to live in that community to compete and participate. While the private schools, they don't have that same boundary. So yeah, absolutely, I think it should be separated. I wish they would. I think someday it might, but I don't know.
Who knows?
You have hired a lot of coaches that have led Troy for the better. Can you talk about the process and for finding coaches?
Yeah. So that's one of the things that I took great pride in, and trying to find good quality coaches for our kids. Ones that would be able to lead our programs. First of all, they're good for kids. And they would attract kids. They would help kids become better humans, and also be able to coach the game. Know the X's and O's and
Right.
and those types of things as well. A coach that could also recruit coaches. People that wanted to be around them, people that wanted to coach with them, and because you guys know that when you keep a coach in a system, and that coach stays in that system for extended amount of time, as long as they're moving the program in the right direction, that's going to be the best thing for your program. So you want to recruit great coaches, and you want to retain great coaches, and then you want those coaches to be able to help you get assistant coaches and come in and build that program around that too. So it was a lot of fun. Obviously you never like to lose a coach, but when you did have that opportunity to hire a new coach, I took great pride in trying to find the best possible fit for Troy Buchanan High School and for our kids.
A little bit off of Troy, but do you know I'm going to Culver Stockton next year?
Yeah, I
for
heard
football?
that. I heard that. Very excited about that. Yeah, I mentioned earlier that I was over there in the I guess it was the early '90s, and played a little football and played a little baseball over there, and had a great experience. Now I'm from up in that area, so it was close to home. But I had a great experience over there, and it wouldn't change it for the world. So I hope you have that same great experience that I did.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But that was our interview with Jason Smith. Thank you for giving us some time out of your day and just being here on the podcast and talking to us a little bit.
Yeah, thank you guys. I really
course.
appreciate you and appreciate you having me on. Thank you.
I'm here with Ogie. He's signed to Culvert Stockton to play football, and he's majoring in business. So, Ogie, what made you want to go to Stockton?
I think it was really the atmosphere of the campus and just the facilities that they got up there. It's just a really good program on what they're trying to do and how they're building it. So it really just stood out to me compared to the other colleges that I was talking to, and I'm really excited to see where this is gonna go with Culver.
Yeah. And if you had one thing to say to upcoming seniors, the juniors right now, what would it be?
I would say don't wait on opportunities and stuff like that because I was one of them that did wait and I wasn't getting as much looks as I would like to have had. But either way, I'm still going to college to play my dream sport and just keep that football career going. But don't wait on the opportunities because you will miss out and just basically don't wait and have fun with every moment. So.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. I'm here with Samantha, and she signed with Missouri Valley College for archery, and she's studying sonography. Why did you choose to go to Missouri Valley College over other colleges?
It's pretty close to home, and whenever I toured, it felt really homey, and the coach was really nice. So I'm pretty excited.
And if you could tell one thing to upcoming seniors, what would it be?
Take all your chances that you have, and always push for your dreams.
All right, thank you. I'm here with Carter. He signed to Central Methodist University for baseball, and he's majoring in business. So, what stood out to you with the Eagles that you didn't see at other colleges?
They're just a good program. They're in the tournament for the NAIA right now, so they're just a good program.
And if you had one thing to say to upcoming seniors or the juniors, the junior class right now, what would it be?
Just keep working hard, and senior year will fly by.
All right, thank you. I'm here with Kaylee. She signed to Hannibal LaGrange University for soccer. So, what made you want to choose Hannibal LaGrange?
So I chose Hannibal LaGrange because I like the small town aspect of it, and I really like the soccer coach who is up there coaching, and he really found me and wanted me to go up there, so I really like it.
And if you could tell anything to upcoming seniors, what would it be?
To keep working, and even though when things get hard, to keep pushing through it and don't let it bother you.
All right, thank you. I'm here with Wyatt. He signed with Missouri S&T, and he's throwing for their track team, and he's studying mechanical engineering. So why did you pick Missouri S&T over other colleges?
Well, I wanted to get a good, degree in engineering, and I know a lot of good jobs come from S&T. So I wanted to balance track with, having a good job afterwards, and I think it'll really challenge me there, and I think it's a good level for me to throw at.
And if you could give any advice to upcoming seniors, what would it be?
I would say never take anything too seriously. Sometimes you can get in your own head, and it'll never help you, whether, it's a sport or if it's just classes, overthinking anything is not going to help you. Just, taking a step back and realizing it's all going to work out in the end definitely helped me a lot. So I think that would be my piece of advice.
Thank you.
Yep.
And that's our season finale for the podcast. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the whole year and it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be back next year though.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
We'll be back. Don't worry.
Them two be back next year. I'll definitely make an appearance on the podcast sometime, hopefully.
But we're not going for that long. We're not going for that long.
No. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
To Culver. Hold on, the mic was literally touching my face. What made you want to go to Culverton? Fuck, dude, what am I saying? Culverton.
Welcome back to the Troy Buchanan Sports Podcast. We are here with Jason Smith.
Hold on. You're muted, bud.
Am I really?
Yeah. There you go. Try it now.
I'm here with Samantha. She signed with Missouri Valley College for archery, and she's studying sonography.
Sonography. Yeah.
Yep, let me restart that. Dude, okay, I should have read.
There you go.
I did my dance one time on TikTok and went viral with it.
You gotta put the headphones on.
Oh, okay. Should I put the headphones on so they can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I did my dance one time. Oh, it's not even on. Hold on, okay, ready? I did my dance one time on TikTok and went viral with it. I did my dance one time on TikTok and went viral with it. I did my dance one time on TikTok and went viral with it.
Yes, sir. Let's see if we can start. Let's go.
Bring a chair over.
Hurry. Go.
Hurry. Easton, let's go.
I didn't put my
I'm gonna sit in the back because.
No, I'm sliding to the middle.
No, I know, but I'm saying like I gotta sit in like the back because I'm like, I don't know. You don't really need to put on the chore thing. I didn't, so.
I didn't. Oh.
What am I putting it on? Are you like crowning me? What's going on here? Are you just finna
I'm
crown
just
me?
gonna be like,
Alright, let's go.
I'm gonna put it on you.
I'm gonna
Alright.
put the head.
We need like a sword. You need to get one of like.
Yeah.
Let's go, boys.
Wait, if he's putting it on me, how am I finna?
Okay, you just take those off real quick.
And I'm gonna start clapping.
Will you? I'm so sorry. Did you
It's
guys,
okay.
We-
We're starting.
we-
Go.
Alright.
will you guys shut up when you're done?
Gosh.
I'm sorry. Unless you.
We don't even got all the mics plugged in.
It's down there. It's plugged in. And then we'll turn you up.
Yo, what's
Hold up,
good?
boys, I
What's
gotta-
crack-a-lackin' cut?
I just had to do my main.
Yeah. Let me get on that. Alright.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
That was on video too.
Oh, we're putting that in. There's no way. Let me see.
Wait, that could be a tough edit. Listen.
And then it's into
That's the
start.
intro. That's the intro.
Me and Micah talk. What's going on, TBHS podcast? Me and Ogie tapping in at prom.
It's just low key lit, man.
We're lit. We're getting lit. But remember, be safe out there. Even though it's prom, you getting hype. Gotta be safe.
Stay safe.
We out.
Prom 2025.
We out.